Hello out there, this is Todd Jones of ATV Sports Broadcasting, and here with Marshall McPherson, who's kindly agreed to do an interview pre-game against the Vancouver Whalers tonight. He's kindly asked a few questions for you there, Marshall, and how do you feel about your recent four-game series against the Anaheim Outlaws? You guys pulled out 2-0 against them, and after last night's 2-1 shootout win, and how do you feel? Well, Todd, it's a bit disappointing that we only went 2-2-0. We did manage to get a win streak going there at the end. We're on a two-game win streak, which we haven't had in well over a month now. I'm kind of disappointed in myself, giving up 17 goals over a little over 4 games overall. I mean, take a look at the stats. They don't lie. I got a 4.20 goals against average, but I improved my record to 14, 13-3, and I'm playing above 500. Like I said, disappointed in myself, but the team is telling me not to be too hard on myself about it, that, I can't do everything on the ice, and I'm doing the best I can for the team in net. We're still facing a high volume of shots every night, and there's not really too much I can do about that, but try my best to stop as many as I can, and, go from there and see what happens. Well, considering your last game, you seem to be pretty on the ball. I'll tell you, last night it was just one giant ball of stress. Like, I sat down before the start of the game and played some music on my MP3 player. Just focused on the game at hand, and you go into it hoping for the best, and obviously sometimes it doesn't happen. But last night it was a fun game to play against Hornet. Basically a goaltender duel. He had, 47 saves. I had 37 or 38 myself. And, when it goes to a shootout, you got a good game on your hands. The overtime, I got to tell you, was a bit stressful, but, we made it through it. We got to the shootout. And, yeah. Well, seemingly you went perfect in the shootout, stopping all shooters. Well, yes, after after he scored his goal, I thought to myself, all I have to do is just make this one save for the win. And you know what? That's what I did. Cam Wilson, he came in, and I thought to myself, he's going to try faking me out. He's going to try to do that to get it past me. And, I didn't commit to his fake. And, when he realized I wasn't committing, he seemed to be a little unsure. He fired a shot. I barely had to move my glove to stop it, and just the feeling, the elation of stringing 2 wins together, and coming through for the team when they counted on you the most. That's a big thing, and hopefully I can do that again tonight against the Whalers. All right, Marshall. What did you do after the win last night? Well, off the record, we had a bit of a party at Jack Crasher's place. It was a bring your own meat. People brought their meat, but Jack's got this 200 square foot barbecue in his backyard. Man, the guy loves his meat. But I brought a rack of ribs, and he cooked those up. Chuck Norris, he brought the whole cow and put it on the grill. Man, that fucker can eat. Yeah, it's Chuck Norris for you. Seems like you're getting along better with Ray Lindsay. Well, to tell you the truth there, Todd, I never really had a problem with the guy, and I don't get why you guys keep bringing it up. It's in the past. It's water under the bridge. Oh, we kind of expected a bit of a blowout between you and him after the first 2 games. He's 10 goals against. But you know what? That's like I said, water under the bridge. Things happen, and you work through them. And honestly, the guy's a good GM. He seems to know what he's doing. He takes everybody's opinion, and he doesn't count anybody out. And you got to respect him for that. All right, then. In Jack Crasher's recently released scouting report, he had you at 4th out of the 7 available starting goalies for the upcoming Season 5 draft. He also listed you as a dark horse, with your skating ability not being that high, your size a bit small, the fact that, you're a loose cannon at times, and, he may think that might drop your draft position down. But also he did say, he fully expects you to be the one who works the hardest to improve the fastest. You tore through the point tasks. The team gave you plenty of opportunity to improve, and you're on the ball. You took that as fast as you can. You worked the hardest, I'd say, out of any goaltender so far this season to get where you're at, and you're trying the hardest to keep the team in games. What's your comments about this? Oh yeah, the misunderstanding that Ray and I had, I can see that dropping the draft position down, but more on that in a second. As for the skating, yeah, I've never been a great skater. Why do you think I ended up as a goalie to begin with? I'm crazy and I can't skate. That's a bit of an old game adage that the goaltender's the guy who couldn't skate, so you stuck him in net. Yeah, I figured you were going to go there. As for the size, I gotta bulk up there in the off season and talk to the nutritionist and find out what I need to do to add some size and block more of the net. And as for working harder, I've done everything asked of me so far to maximize my ability, work on my strengths and weaknesses at the same time. But I'm looking forward to the draft and see what anything can happen really. Well, Marshall, what about your draft position? Where do you think you'll be taken? Now, you mind if I ask you a question to reply to that question? Oh, of course. Go ahead. Lidstrom, Zetterberg, Datsuk in the NHL. What do they have in common? They were all drafted outside of the first round? That's correct. Lidstrom was drafted 53rd overall. Zetterberg was taken very, very late. I believe it was the second last pick, and Datsuk was taken 170th or something. But overall, I just named three of the best defensive players in the game. Detroit's got a great scouting system, and they managed to pull these players out of nowhere, and it's the reason they win. They do good drafting. It honestly doesn't matter who if you're drafted first or last. If you have the talent to succeed, that's what you're going to do. Take Marty St. Louis, for example. The guy wasn't even drafted, but last season he put up almost 100 points, and that's not what you expect from a guy that wasn't even picked. So you take a look in the reminds you of schoolyard days. It doesn't matter if you're picked first or last. You can still be the one scoring the winning goal. You can still be the one getting the shutout. It doesn't matter. Oh, well, Marshall, how do you feel about the expansion going on? It was just announced by McDonald. Well, you know what? I'm excited. There's 2 new teams in the league, and we'll see what happens. And, there's supposed to be a dispersal draft and all that, whereas that's from what I understand, I can't see the teams doing extremely well in the first season. You have growing pains like any team will, and, they go from there, you get draft picks, the draft well, and, you make your way to the top. So if you weren't drafted by the Ice Wolves, would you prefer being drafted by one of the 2 expansion teams? Of course. I don't want to play for a team that's already at the top. I want to take a team to the top, and that would be ideal, is taking the Wolves there, Like I said to Crasher and the Ice Wolves GMs, I want to play for them. They're the team that I think with a few pieces added to the puzzle that they'll go right to the top in a very short amount of time. But honestly, if I was to be drafted by one of the 2 expansion teams, I wouldn't mind that either, because this draft class is one that I played around all season. It's a great draft class. It's a great group of guys. I get along with everybody. It's competitive, of course, but you know what? There's nobody that in the league that that I'm at odds with, and you just want to play with the people that you like and have fun while you're doing you're doing what you love and getting paid well for it. Oh no, Earl, you've been a bit in the media quite a lot lately, and you're pretty out there. You're open, and you love letting the fans know what's going on, and you're not one to keep your feelings to yourself. And there's probably maybe one other person in the whole league this year that is on your level of activity, your drive to get to where you want to be. You know, your openness with the media and the fans, and that's Seth Plott. And you know, both of you seem to really, really enjoy where you're at. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. It's, you know, well, of course, you know, it always matters if you win. You know, you're striving to win, but you know, you guys are just here having fun, and that seems to be what you're trying to get across for everybody, just to have fun and enjoy the fact that you're in the Northwest Junior League and you're going to be in the SHL next year, more than likely, and to take pride in that fact and don't take it for granted, because not everybody makes it here. Well, I'll agree with you there, and Seth, of course, he's more open than me. He's around and he's more chatty, but you know what? I'm here every day, and any one of the people, you know, they can text me on my BlackBerry, email, you know, they can approach me in the locker room. I don't care who it is. It can be Cole Hogan from, you know, or it could be, you know, Williams. It could be Kane, Webb, you know, anybody. It could be, you know, anybody from the SHL. If you want to come speak with me, the door to the locker room is always open. If you want to come in, I don't turn down anybody. If Greg Dufour wants to come in, I don't know why you want to talk to me, but if you want to come in, yeah, I'll talk to him. But anyways, I'm not going to go on about that. But going from there, it's like I'm an approachable guy, and you know, I'm the guy in the locker room that'll crack the joke in the middle of a 5-game slump. You know, you got to liven people up, and you got to have fun. That's the main thing. Also, this season 4 crop of rookies is the biggest one that the Northwest Junior League has seen, and scouts and I like are comparing it to the 2003 NHL draft, which very little argument to being one of the best of all time. Well, that's a little bit humbling. The 2003 NHL draft was rather deep, and there was a lot of good talent. A lot of good came out of that draft. It was really good. There's, you know, half the players in the first round of that draft, you know, they're stars on their team, and they went really well. You got like players like Carter, Getzlav, Perry, you know, all, and then as well as, you know, and you know, they're top of their game, and that's where you want to be. And for somebody to compare our draft to that's incredible. Well, as you know, there's over 70 active juniors, and they're all striving to move up the draft rankings before the season ends, and you know, and they want to move up, and they want to get drafted high on a team that they want to play for, and they want to get drafted, and well, oh my God, sorry there, Marshall, I got a bit of a brain fart for the next question. Where do you see yourself being drafted? Somewhere between first and last there, Todd. You know what? I fully expected that answer right from you from the start. All right, then. I guess that's all the time we have here tonight, Marshall. So you have a good night. Enjoy your game against the Whalers, and good luck. Thank you very much, Todd. You have a good evening.